Hey, guys, let's be honest. The past months during this pandemic have been hard for each of us in so many different ways. But if I had to find that one common thread among all of us, it'd be mental health and the challenges of keeping ourselves sane during such a trying time. Nothing could have prepared us for what we've been through this past year. But I am here today to give you some hope and finding a way to get through this and other tough times life may throw at you. Today, I challenge you to sit back in your seats. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself one simple question. What is my superpower? Now, you might be asking yourselves, what do you mean superpower, Maddie? I'm not Wonder Woman. I can't fly. I don't have super strength like Hulk or stretchy arms like Elastigirl. What if I told you we each have our superpowers hidden inside of us? It just more often than not goes untapped or unused. At the Sweet Destiny Foundation, which is the nonprofit I created when I was 17. I define superpowers as incredible talents, beauty, and power that each one of us is born with under normal circumstances that may or may not be used towards such a dramatic ending like that in the superhero movies we see. It just boils down to each of us having the courage, know-how, or willpower to tap into them during our lifetime. To let our energy flow and tap into the potential I believe we each have to change the world. It took me many years, many conversations, and a life-threatening experience to personally find mine. I'm here today to help you dig deep and discover yours. Okay, first of all, let me share a little of my story with you. I was born with an extremely rare genetic disease. It took 59 specialists and 16 years for my parents to finally put a name to what was haunting me for so long, mucolipidosis. It was the name of the monster that had reared its ugly head at me for as long as I was alive. I've had too many surgeries to count, but the big ones include both hips as well as both knees being replaced, 6 bilateral carpal tunnel surgeries, most of my spine being fused, and unfortunately, most recently in January of this year, I suffered from cardiac arrest and went without oxygen for an estimated 12 minutes. I continue to work at my nonprofit and travel the country teaching others with terminal illnesses how to be advocates in the medical world. At the beginning of this pandemic and after my cardiac arrest, I saw a need for more available mental health services and started a movement through the foundation called Live Boldly. Live Boldly focuses on the many benefits of good mental health services and helping people find the support that they need. Okay, so you're probably wondering and asking yourself, Maddie, what does this have to do with your superpower? And more importantly, why do I need to find mine? Let me tell you from personal experience that finding your superpower can be a very defining moment in your life, if not the most defining moment. On a daily basis at the foundation, I encourage those I speak with to find their superpower to pull through some of the toughest times of their lives. Many of these times are not only physically their toughest, but mentally as well. Finding your superpower will help you dig deep and use that inner strength to get you through these hard times. I recently read a quote by writer and New York Times bestseller Rachel Hollis, who stated, "I believe everyone has the power within themselves to create long-lasting habits that motivate them to grow into who they were made to become." Her approach is simple. You can always make your life better one step at a time, and I believe by finding your superpower, or the word that defines your inner character, it will empower you to change the way you handle every single situation that is presented to you in life. For the next 10 minutes, I'd love for you to roll up your sleeves, pull out a piece of paper, and your favorite writing utensil, and get to work with me. I'm going to help you be on your way to finding yours. Let's get started. First, I would like you to ask yourself, what is one thing about you that people find unique and interesting? Start searching for what feels different and meaningful. On a piece of paper, and using your favorite writing utensil, write down a few of those words or phrases that come to mind. Are you an amazing brother, sister, son, or daughter? Do you have a huge heart? Are you compassionate, fierce, strong, powerful, driven, or devoted? Words and ideas you can use here are endless. I challenge you to really dig deep into your soul and truly and honestly feel the words you are writing down. What makes you authentically and truly you? Just this once. Don't be shy. Be bold and fierce with your words. According to Meredith Walters, a certified integral coach from USF, states, we all have superpowers, powerful capabilities bestowed by some freak accident that gives us the power to vanquish evil and save the world. So I ask you, what words have you written down that will vanquish evil and save your world? Next, I want you to write down or make a list of 2 or 3 people you admire. For each one, write down what it is about them you respect or appreciate. Walters also states that these are some important steps to take to finding your uniqueness. Think about what you have noticed when you have taken the time to observe the people around you who meant the most. What have you noticed that they do that felt important or impactful to you or made you want to be a better person? How can you use these things to help you on your journey to finding your uniqueness? I know for me, I found Wonder Woman's caring and kind spirit inspired me to be a better person. Okay, now I know you're going to say, Maddie, she's a fictional character, and yes, I do recognize that. But in my journey, I have found that I love to see what other strong women, even if they are alive only in a fictional state, offer to the world around them. She's devoted, fierce, and strong. I relate to her completely. Now, I would like you to look at the words you have written down and see if you can find a common thread between what words others would say about you from our first exercise and what unique traits you admire in others. Do you see a common thread or words that is starting to stand out to you? Do any of them jump off the page and speak to you? Is one or any of them your superpower? Don't be afraid to listen to the voice in your head or the feeling in your stomach we often get when something feels right, but we are too afraid to acknowledge it. This right here is your moment to be bold and fierce and draw a big circle around those words. One thing I want you to remember is this is a journey of self-discovery. And to be honest, it can and may take you a while to find your superpower. Don't be discouraged if you don't feel you have found yours yet. It might take several days revisiting your list and doing some real soul searching. However, I'd also like you to remind you to not think too hard. Often we get too mixed up in what we think it should be, what is right, but not simply going with what is right in front of us. But we are too afraid to acknowledge or admit. At this moment, many of you may already know exactly what your superpower is. You may have known before we even started talking. You may just now, however, be recognizing it as a real thing and acknowledging it. Acknowledging the power you have known was inside of you your entire life. If this is the case, write that word or phrase in big, bold letters across the top of your page and celebrate it. Now, in this final step, just for fun, on your piece of paper, I would like you to give your superhero a name or an image. Does it wear a cape? Does it have a specific way it looks or talks? Let your imagination take over and be creative. This is the mental image you will have of your superpower. When the villain in your head is saying such things as, you're not good enough, or you don't deserve this, and many times of self-doubt, depression, or days we just don't feel like ourselves, and we begin to believe the negative talk we feed ourselves. These are the moments. These are the reasons I feel in every inch of my being. Every one of us needs to walk around with our superpower tucked inside our pocket, ready for the fight. It's in these moments when our superpower must come flying, stomping, or swinging in and saving us from ourselves. These are the moments and the reasons why it's so important for each one of us to take the time to find our superpower now. So we can pull them out, put on our cape, and let them come in and save us from the not-so-good moments we will have in our future. Remember, because we're all individuals, there is no predetermined way to do anything. I just believe that before we can tackle our mission, our objectives, self-awareness and understanding of who we are and what we stand for is the best and first step in anything we do. Finding your superpower, your uniqueness just gives us that giant leap to doing this. If you have any questions or want more help finding your superpower, you can reach out to me at liveboldly.com.